Hello, everyone, and welcome back to 999. 9 hours, 9 doors, 9 years to actually finish recording this. As always, I'm Paulie Pie, Game Cola's Pony-in-Chief, and with me once again are Nikola Sparkle and Mike Sunshine. Everyone introduce yourselves.
I thought I was Mike Diamond, but I'll go with Mike Sunshine, because sunshine is better than diamonds.
I'll go with... Are there enemies to the ponies? I don't know.
There are bad ponies.
Okay, I'll be one of the bad ponies then.
All right.
So here we are. We're back.
Just can't think of them off the top of my head.
We are...
we are
more or less playing this game, watching pre-recorded footage, same thing. It's been a little while, but we all definitely know exactly what's going on.
Yes, and this time we're definitely going to stay on topic.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So did anyone hear back from the pony artist?
I didn't.
No.
Oh.
She did not add me as a friend on my 3DS.
Yeah, me either.
All right, so our heroes, J-Dog, Clover, and Seven, have just went through this room where they solved some puzzles and talked about unimportant things. And they're meeting up with their friends now. So, Paul, there were a lot of comments on the previous video, even though we were off topic for most of that video, right?
I noticed that, yeah, there were a lot of... Well, because there was that point where I said, if you're still watching, comment. And a lot of people actually did, which was surprising. It's kind of a trend on Game Cola videos. People really seem to like the ones that we think are really dumb. Were there any specific comments you wanted to address, Michael?
I was going to make a joke about doing a walkthrough for a Monkey Island game if people really enjoy dumb video walkthroughs. That's mean. That's a mean joke.
Oh, wait. And Michael seems to have been dropped from the Skype call. I don't know how that happened. Oops. That's weird.
No, there is a Monkey Island walkthrough along the way. So while you're waiting for us to make the next 999 video, watch Monkey Island.
No, don't do that.
No. Monkey Island has better jokes than this game.
I think that's a fair assessment. Probably a better story, too.
What is the story to Monkey Island? Guybrush wants to become a pirate and that's it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But, it's very succinct.
Yeah, pirates are cool, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I completely understand that. And it's an old game. Old games usually don't have, as much...
I mean, the game came out in, the late 80s, unless I'm mistaken, so give it a little leeway.
Yeah, I mean, this game came out in the 2000s. This has, I would imagine, hundreds of pages of dialogue, and Monkey Island probably has, 10.
I think that's probably pretty accurate, actually.
So guess what? We can fast forward a little bit here.
All right, so let's do that.
So do you remember what's happening? Do you know what's going on now, Paul?
I think Nikola does.
Let's see. They are, I think, talking about My Little Ponies. Is that correct?
Well, they got the Earth key.
They all just met back. They found out the doors connected, and now Ace is no longer sedated.
So we're on our second playthrough right now. We did the first door already.
Mm-hmm.
We're working our way toward the second door. Is that true?
No, we just did the second door.
We just did the second door. Okay, cool.
So this is a summary of what we found in these rooms, and in a moment here, they're going to find the corpse of Snake.
Oh.
Which is why I'm fast forwarding, because this is all dialogue we've seen before.
Mm-hmm. Is it bad that this is my favorite part?
The part where they find the dead body of Snake?
No, the part where you fast forward through the dialogue.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we seem to be completing this walkthrough in spite of ourselves at this point.
Well, actually, towards the end of this video, things actually do get interesting again.
Okay,
so
cool. Yeah.
What do you mean towards the end of this video? In 5 minutes, things are going to get interesting again.
We saw that part, though.
Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, here's the elevator joke again.
Oh, wait. Don't
I'm going to
keep
fast forward through it. So,
through this part. Who remembers what video this was in, if they want to go back and see it? Actually, there's a whole video on the YouTube channel that's just this, so you can go watch that if you'd like.
Or watch the season finale of My Little Pony.
Yes, there many people...
two-parter.
I was going to say, many people have often drawn a comparison between this scene and the end of My Little Pony.
Yeah. It's actually being released on DVD now, recently.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's something kind of dumb, but it's okay. It's one of those things where, this was like episode 50 of the series, and all of a sudden now the main character has an older brother who's never been mentioned before. Which happens sometimes on TV. Like Homer Simpson has a half-brother we've never seen before who's Danny DeVito. I can't think of any other examples.
It happened in Buffy, too, but there was actually a reason for it. It was Magix.
Oh, it was Magix. Well, it was magic in My Little Pony, too, because they're magical unicorns.
And it was kind of awesome in Buffy because it was, what's her face? The little girl from The Adventures of Pete and Pete. I believe that's what she's most famous for, the girl with the cast.
Speaking of which, I was watching, not on purpose, but I was watching one of those entertainment shows yesterday, and they were talking about Amanda Bynes as the star of all that.
The star of all that?
Yeah, and it's like, well, hold on a second. That's the thing she's famous for?
I was going to say...
She had her own TV show afterwards, and she's been in several movies.
I was just going to argue with her being the star of all that.
Yeah. So that's how they introduce Amanda Bynes on those shows.
That is not paying Keenan or Kel enough respect.
Or Lori Beth Denberg. Never hear about her anymore.
I think Keenan and Kel get their own respect by having their own spin-off series.
Lori Beth Denberg has nothing else going for her, though.
I don't know. Is Keenan and Kel really a spin-off series? I always thought of it as such, but it's probably not.
I don't think it's technically a spin-off because I don't think there was any sketch on the show where they were playing specifically those characters. But
you mean themselves?
Yes. No.
They always played themselves in the opening scene. Anyway, yes. This is new stuff. We're getting back to the video.
We are all paying attention
last
now.
time we went through the door which leads to the engine room and, the gun, right?
Yes.
So this time we are going through room number 1. So we're going through a different route, and the important thing here is that J-Dog is going to be with Ace and Clover. And Clover has just learned that her brother was killed, so it's going to be very interesting.
So she might not be particularly useful in this puzzle.
She's going to be interesting because we're going to have a lot of drama because her brother was just killed.
Okay, cool.
Although, it's not going to be like the same sort of drama we have when J-Dog is flirting with June. Which I don't think is going to happen throughout I know we have 3 whole videos to go. I don't think we're going to see any more romance between J-Dog.
Well, I'm sure they're going to wrap that up for us. I mean, they wouldn't just leave it hanging.
I think they're going to leave it hanging.
You never did beat this game, did you?
I did, but at this point, that was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, no. It mirrors my experience with relationships. It's just left hanging. Oh. No, in the previous video, I remember this. I mentioned going out on a date, and that's the only thing I remembered, so I could tell a joke about it here, even though it's been like 2 months. I sort of fell asleep. It was one of those really late things, and we went to like a 10 o'clock showing of a movie or something, and I fell asleep.
I mean, that's
worst date ever.
Well, that's, at least she didn't fall asleep.
Yeah, well, I mean,
this is all on her. I think this is
dinner
this
together
is her fault.
And then I made her fall asleep.
Maybe if she'd been a little more interesting, that wouldn't have happened.
We were at the movies. It's not her fault.
Oh, fair enough.
Paul always talks through the movies.
Yeah, her commentary wasn't good enough. I just fell right asleep. Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of ladies listening to this. On a recent Speak American video, I saw Christian was proposed marriage by a 12-year-old girl, so there's still hope for you.
So, ladies, if you want to have a boyfriend who falls asleep on all of your dates, just give me a call.
Okay, so we were gonna
my head than it did in real life. Let's get back
I
to
was
these
gonna say
games.
we were gonna talk about the game more this time, right?
Yep. But basically what happened is they just said we're splitting up.
Okay, cool.
And if you were actually reading, J-Dog sort of played a trick. He changed his vote at the last second. So that's what that dialogue was about.
Why did he do that?
Because he's a sneaky fellow. Yeah, Clover lifted her arm listlessly. See, she's not really excited about trying to find anything. She's more worried about her dead brother. So what about Ace?
What about him?
I mean, last we saw him, he drugged himself, and now he's awake again. Do we still feel like he's trustworthy?
Well, I believe we learned during the first playthrough that there is reason to call that into question.
There is definitely reason to call that into question.
To put it mildly.
Okay.
Do you think he's about to do something horrible to us in this room?
No, this is the captain's quarters. Kind of. Oh, actually, what he's going to do here is he is going to interrupt at the worst possible time. He's going to do that like twice.
When J-Dog and June are finally going to kiss.
You can look forward to that. No, June is not here.
In Paul's fanfic, she is.
Yeah. My fanfic, it's just 222, and it's just them. But they only have 2 hours, so they don't get very far.
You mean far in the game or far with each other?
I meant in the game. Please, this is PG rated, right?
Yeah.
Actually, I guess the game isn't, but our commentary generally is.
My apologies to everybody who was offended.
So from here, we're going to take control of the boat and just kind of drive out of here, right?
No, actually, we're not.
I guess that wouldn't help us that much.
We're sort of splitting up because J-Dog wants to be alone with Clover, right?
Does he?
Well, I mean, okay, Clover's going to take this room right over here, and this room right over there is where Ace is going to be.
I do think it would not be nice to leave her alone at this time. She probably...
Yeah. She's grieving for her brother. And we have a map.
Oh, hey.
Ooh, nautical charts.
Yeah, that's right to my theory that they're just going to drive out of here. Drive is the proper term when you're talking about boats, right?
I think isn't it sail or... I know very little about boats.
It's probably not drive.
Steer, Paul.
Steer? Well, I mean, but if you're just steering, I mean, you can be steering without going anywhere.
Yes, but the puzzle is going to involve steering.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Sorry, I should have been more specific. Unless we're talking about oceans, in which case I should have been more Pacific.
That was good.
Paul is amused by jokes taken from old Charlie Brown cartoons. That is not a Michael Gray original. I'm sorry.
I'm amused by Paul's reaction to jokes taken from Charlie Brown cartoons.
Okay, please, guys, I'm trying to focus on the game here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the rarely seen screen
wow.
where you can look at things.
This exists. Check that out.
Yeah, I checked out the file screen. That's important for solving the puzzle. You saw we had different speeds, like half and tilt and such. Oh, and a pocket watch. Yeah, Clover's not saying much.
Yeah.
She keeps looking at the floor. Maybe she likes the carpet.
Jeez, what's her problem?
It's not like her brother hasn't been exploded into a million pieces. Here's Ace. Ace just comes in to take the pocket watch? This is seriously what's going on here.
awesome. He's just been lurking in the shadows, waiting for someone to find something interesting.
He's just stealing jewelry at this point.
Yeah. Whoa, J-Dog. Showing a little backbone.
Oh, it's a lie. So, see, he wants to talk to Clover in private. Well, yeah, I mean, Clover's not really talking, and he thinks that Clover will open up to him, but not if Ace is around. And Ace seems to think that J-Dog has a crush on Clover.
If only her character sprites matched her age. Maybe he does have a crush on her.
Straight to her eyes. He grabs her hands. Whoa, wait a minute. I think I've done this before. I've made up my own
back in fan fiction territory.
He grabs her hand and says, Clover, and then he falls asleep halfway through, declaring love to her. Yes.
And that's the end.
Yeah.
That's the good ending. That's the weird thing.
Yeah. Oh, the story. Yeah. They're kind of following up on something we saw in the previous video, which I said was completely irrelevant. But yeah, so I mean, J-Dog spent a lot of time talking with her, so I guess they sort of know each other.
They're palsies now.
Mhm. They're biffles.
Mhm.
Biffles?
BFF for life? Best friends forever for life.
I feel like that phrase doesn't need to exist. But I guess I'm probably not the first person to point that out.
If you had seen the season finale to My Little Pony season, you would have known the song BBBFF, which is Big Brother Best Friend Forever. Which I mentioned on the Game Cola podcast. It was my favorite song.
Still have not seen a single episode of My Little Pony. I guess at this point, people aren't really still talking about it, are they? I feel like it's kind of over.
They're waiting for Season 3 to start, and then Season 3 has half as many episodes as the other two seasons.
Oh,
so
that's not a good sign.
Yeah, it's not a good sign at all.
I guess by people, I just mean I haven't seen Mike Ridgway post about it on Facebook in a while.
All right, so here our heroes are finally getting smart and trying to figure out who killed Snake based off the numbers.
Which is what they should have done initially, but...
Yeah. We mentioned this in a previous video. Paul is complaining about this. I know. Paul complaining, I don't believe it either.
I'm the one who likes this game.
Yeah.
That's my catchphrase now. Yeah.
So they're going to actually work out the math. That's what they're going to talk about. Let's presume there are only two other people with Snake. Okay, so...
Well, we shouldn't assume that there are two people. I mean, it could be a person and an extra bracelet, right?
Yeah, right, but they don't know about the extra bracelet, Paul.
Well, they could think that maybe there's a bonus bracelet, or like the ninth man, for example.
They have no reason to think that.
They have no reason to. They just left his bracelet there. Someone could have easily grabbed it.
J-Dog didn't see it in this playthrough. Clover did. Okay, so which two people could be the killers? Santa and Seven.
Oh, come on.
Santa and Seven killed
Not even
Snake.
Come on.
Seven's too dumb.
Santa would tell him what to do. He's the dumb muscle.
Santa's too obvious. He's such a jerk in this series, in this game.
Which I have to be honest, makes me not want to play the sequel, which is coming out, because the main character of sorts sort of looks like Seven. Gotta be honest, looks just like Seven. I'm like, not Seven, Santa.
Yeah.
I like Seven. I wouldn't mind having him in another game.
The game's graphics just look worse and worse every time I look at him.
Yeah, that's like the weird, like 3D type thing going on there.
Yeah.
Not like actual 3D, but...
Like, yeah, ugly Dragon Quest 8 style polygons.
Uh-huh. Like, what's wrong with this art? I like this.
But it's going to be released on the 3DS, so it has to have actual 3D.
Ooh.
Can't they just not turn the 3D on and make the game look good?
No, that would be ridiculous.
Just have the pixels popping out of the screen. It'll be fine.
It's because everybody who plays the game actually plays it in 3D, right? Because I know when I use my 3DS, it's 3D all the time.
Oh, hey, I have a 3DS game now.
Whoa.
I've been playing
what?
it. Yeah, Spirit Camera. It's actually a lot like the other 3DS game that I used to have and then got rid of because it was terrible, except it's not terrible.
So these are all the various possibilities of who could have killed Snake. The possibilities involving 3 or more people.
Now, I know I was saying that they should be doing this, but this whole, like, gigantic math database, I wonder if there was a way to do it faster.
And they're still missing the right answer.
Yeah. Well, hold on a second. They're just eliminating some things right off the bat because J-Dog says, hey, I didn't do it. And we're taking off Clover, so that leaves us with just like 2. Oh, wow, I'm right. Just 2.
Okay.
So Ace...
Well, wait, why were they including J-Dog and Clover to begin with, though?
Just to be thorough. And it can't be June.
Yeah, now I'm a little suspicious of Clover.
She has proven to be a stand-up person in all of the playthroughs so far.
Not one of the endings I got.
That would be the ending if you go through this room last without giving her the fancy bookmark from Santa. For all of you playing along at home.
Have we talked about the game, I think was it Ever 17? Have we talked about that game here before?
No, somebody wants us to play it, right?
Oh, the reason I bring it up is because I was looking up more stuff about 999 on Wikipedia earlier, and apparently it's the same writer who did Ever 17, which is a much acclaimed visual novel. People say it's the best one there is.
What platform is it for?
PC, I think.
Oh, okay. I'll have to look it up. I thought it was for, like, PS3, and I'm like, oh, great, I can play it.
A visual novel on PS3.
What are you talking about? That Enchanted Arms was on, like, PS3.
That is an RPG, man.
Oh, okay.
That's a monstrosity is what that is. That doesn't even have a genre.
I mean, it's one of the all-time greats, as many people have said.
You don't count as many people. You're one person, Paul.
You know the Wikipedia entry for Enchanted Arms references my review.
Really?
Yes. It's possible that I put it in there. I mean, we needed to bring some balance to the article. Yeah, Ever 17, it came out in the U.S. on PC in 2005. Looks like it was also available on the PS2 and Dreamcast in Japan, and the PSP, and the 360
Okay,
in Japan.
here we go.
Wow.
Here's Ace. Paul.
What?
Ace comes in at the worst possible moment.
Oh, it says so right there.
Right when they're about to say who the killer must be, he comes in, barging in.
No.
Coincidence? Or maybe Ace was just, like, peeking through the door, and he was expecting to see the two of them kissing or something like that. He's like, wait, they're not getting romantic in here at all. I've got to stop this.
He's trying to play the disapproving father card.
Yeah, and so he's bringing out J-Dog to give him some romantic tips.
I thought he was going to give him a dressing down.
Oh.
And
well, nothing romantic was happening, so he has to give him some tips.
Oh, maybe he is giving him a literal dressing down.
Don't talk about her dead brother. I don't think that makes her, doesn't put her in a romantic mood.
Is that what you did on your date, Michael?
No. Alrighty, so we found out that J-Dog sort of cheated when they threw in the numbers and made their votes for what door to go through. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. J-Dog felt he lost the upper hand, and he knew it. His stomach began to tense.
Okay, back to the puzzle.
No, back to the room. Where's Clover? I want to finish that conversation. That's something which sort of bugs me. We can't continue the conversation. If it was me, I would have gone back. It's like, okay, you know who the killer is now?
Oh.
Oh, and now she's back to being silent.
Well, I mean, J-Dog just said, it's a light, and he expected, like, a clever response from her.
Well, no, I mean,
Check
those
out
are
this
the
light
same
bulb.
responses.
Look at this. This is so cool. What do you have to say about it?
I think
She's
the
just
problem
crying.
the problem
Why are you crying,
is
baby?
those are the same responses from before they had the conversation. If this was a good game, she would have said something different before and after.
Snake always loved desks.
Oh, really? Now you're making me think it's like, hey, look, it's a light.
Yeah.
If your brother was here, he wouldn't have been able to notice because he was blind. So he probably didn't see his killers approaching. Huh? Huh?
Why are you crying?
You think he could make up some sort of story, too? You know, could have said, hey, you know, I had a sister who was blind and was killed in an explosion.
But then she came back and it was okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure
yeah,
she's fine.
You could try to comfort her with a story like that.
You could go try to glue his pieces back together. Would that be comforting?
Look what I made for you.
As we saw in the previous playthrough,
Quickly.
Snake is a zombie, so
Yeah. Well, someone had to.
die.
Yeah.
He literally cannot die. So this is the puzzle, and I'm sure you can figure out what we have to do. We have to put the map with the other map and steer like we're steering on the map. Kind of difficult, but really there's not a whole lot else which is in this room, so it's pretty easy to figure out. Oh, hey, they spell "whoa" the correct way without W-H-O-A. It's W-O-A-H. Great.
I feel like that could be an issue with one-room adventure game puzzles, where there's only so much you can do. You pretty much just pick up all the things in the room and mash them together until the answer is solved. It's a lot harder to do that with a puzzle that involves multiple areas. But I'm the one who likes this game, so.
Well, no, I mean, this is two areas. We had two distinct rooms.
I guess.
This is not like Monkey Island, where the demo only gives you, like, 3 rooms to play around with, so you can't actually solve any of the
The
puzzles.
game wasn't meant to have a demo.
Yeah, I feel bad for it now.
Oh, I saw on, I think it was on my Facebook page, Nathaniel was recommending that you check out the Escape from Monkey Island demo. Do not go anywhere near that game. Don't do that.
I actually mentioned that in my video walkthrough for the demo. It's like, I know that's the Monkey Island game you should not touch.
Yeah, don't do that. Did I already talk about this? How I tried to go back to it like several months ago and it was still awful. I gave it its third chance. There's still nothing redeemable about that game.
Does it have good voice acting?
There is one thing redeemable about that game.
The game which killed adventure gaming.
According to one of my theories.
Well, it's the series that created adventure gaming, so, you know, might as well.
That and King's Quest VIII, man. They both destroyed everything.
Oh, ouch. Not Willy Beamish 2?
If Willy Beamish 2 had happened, that would have been the savior.
So I went through all the directions as mentioned on the books.
Oh yeah, I saw a comment on one of our videos that someone was actually using our video to help them get through part of the game, which I thought was kind of...
Which video?
We are really sorry about that.
It was one of the early ones, I think. It might have been the...
Oh, 999. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Willy Beamish. No.
Well, no,
I kept a death counter on that game. We died over 40 times.
No, but the Did you really?
Yeah.
And I should actually watch that sometime. No, I mean the part where we figure out that you have to like make your computer slower in order for it to function. That's helpful information. That not all
I'm still looking forward to maybe seeing Willy Beamish, but that's never going to happen.
What more?
Why can't Telltale just do all the old CRS series?
Still waiting for the new Phantasmagoria.
I'm still waiting for the new King's Quest.
That one they are theoretically working on.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Phantasmagoria, is that like an R-rated adventure game?
It is practically X-rated. Actually,
and
no,
it is an FMV game.
There wasn't. I don't think there was much nudity in the first one. I haven't played the second one yet. It's incredibly gruesome though, way more than this game is.
You would be the person to know about things like that, Paul.
I would be?
Yes, apparently.
I am the expert in gratuitous violence and nudity.
In adventure games? Sure. Oh, so that's the reason why you didn't like the fourth Monkey Island game.
It was not. It just didn't. It had no sex appeal. Was the problem. I kept waiting for the Murray strip scene, but it never happened.
Oh, I think this is a puzzle, but I don't know what it is.
Oh, we have to set it to the right time so it opens the door.
It has to be, yeah. But here I'm getting stuck. Notice I'm like, use the clock on the thing, okay, and then this is blurry so we can't actually see the times. I imagine it's because in the original game they were all in Japanese, so that's why they sort of blurred this out, so they wouldn't have to translate that.
Just it makes it look like Junpei's farsighted.
Really does, but no, you have to look at the clock and then these things on the wall, and then Ace will automatically set it for you.
Oh.
That's how you solve that puzzle.
Oh.
So I did it backwards by looking at that thing and then looking at the clock.
So that reminds me of something the person who said they used part of our walkthrough as an actual walkthrough mentioned, that they were spending like an hour on this one puzzle and they couldn't figure it out, and then they were both happy and incredibly depressed to watch your video where you solve it in like 3 seconds. Here we go.
Alrighty, so we sort of solved the puzzle. So what about Clover? She's still stuck in the other room? Oh good, we got her.
Oh.
She's so sad about that desk.
Her brother loved desks. He loved to write. Well, I guess he didn't write because he was blind. But he could read.
Wait, did you just insinuate that blind people can't write?
Blind people can write, but it would be more difficult for a blind person to write than a person who has sight.
They could write via like a dictaphone.
Yeah, but this game takes place in 1974.
They could write.
I'm making that up.
What you're talking about.
Yeah.
For a second, I was like, "Is that true?
Yeah,
that can't be right."
I was about to say, are you sure about that? But I didn't want to like, because maybe you guys had mentioned it earlier, and I was gonna, be forgetful.
No,
again.
I'm totally just messing around with you guys.
Oh, here we go. We can call for help.
With Morse code, but nobody uses Morse code.
Done. SOS. We're out of here.
They are actually on a ship, so that would make sense, because they're sailing. Captain's quarters. And you know who the captain is, right? Right, Paul?
Yes. 0. Figured that out.
So, connect the dots, Paul.
If we open that door, 0 will be in there.
Good boy, good boy.
I think you're patronizing me.
No, I'm patronizing you. There's a difference.
Oh, hey.
And there's 0.
Well.
He fell asleep. He was on a boring date, too.
Yeah.
Well, how's the game going to end now if he's dead? How are we supposed to get out of here?
The movie I saw was actually Pixar's Brave, which is not a boring movie. I apologize to the makers of that movie. It was a good movie.
That's debatable.
Let's not get into that now.
Let's not get into that.
Give up the Game Full of podcast, because I will fight for the honor of this movie.
Really? You liked it that much? I mean, it's not like it's
Paul,
up. It's not like it's Toy Story.
All important stuff is happening.
One of the lesser.
Compared to the other movies I've seen.
The lesser Pixars. It's one of the lesser Pixars. All right, what's going on?
We just found a body.
Oh,
There we go.
yes. Oh, but it's still alive.
He's alive.
Okay.
Why does J-Dog hope that he's still alive?
He looks pretty dead to me.
He does look very dead.
I'm just going to put out the theory that I don't think it's actually 0.
Good thinking, Paul.
Use my critical thinking skills.
So his pupils have dilated. Oh, that's how he died. Never mind.
Uh-oh. Wait, I think I know who did it then. There are only so many people on the ship who kill with axes.
I'm pretty sure it's natural causes.
No. He
clearly has one of the watch things right there, too.
Yeah.
Although, I'm not sure J-Dog has noticed yet.
J-Dog has not noticed. He's still putting together 2 and 2, figuring out if this guy is 0.
Oh, hey.
So I shouldn't be making fun
okay, never mind. He is 0. Look. Says so right there.
J-Dog took 5 minutes to figure out what Paul figures out in 5 seconds. Oh, it's too obvious.
Wait, why would that be a joke? I don't get the punchline.
The joke is that maybe it's not 0? I don't know.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So 2 guys walk into a bar, and one of them isn't 0. That's the joke.
Zero's playing a joke on them. He's trying to get them to think he's dead when he's not. Maybe that's the joke. It's a joke at their expense.
Okay, that actually makes way more sense.
I don't know if that qualifies as a joke, though. It's just like
I mean,
a trick. I guess it's a practical joke.
What a horrible practical joke.
Yeah. April Fools. Here's a dead guy.
He's a dead guy. You thought it was me, huh?
Maybe that's it. Maybe this whole thing is just one big April Fool's joke.
And the 9th man was in on it. He's just gonna come busting out at the last second. Surprise! You guys totally thought I was dead. Haha.
That was some other guy that blew up.
Those spaghetti-like entrails on the wall were actually spaghetti. So I don't really like this room or the puzzles in this room. Have to be honest here.
Neither do I. We've already gone through the one puzzle in this game that I liked, so.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't it the worst puzzle?
Oh, Paul, we've been over this.
Oh, I know. Okay, so for this, what, we have to get some sort of code and put it into the thing?
Yes, we do. And the code, no, actually it deals with the video camera and the video cameras here. But really the important...
I'm getting Apollo Justice flashbacks.
Yeah, no. But really the important thing here is the conversation about the dead body in the room.
Yes.
So, I mean, when I play this game, I'm so focused on Zero and the corpse of Zero that it's like, do I really have to break the interesting sequence to look at pictures?
And we're definitely going to be smart enough to take the bracelet, right?
No.
No, okay.
We're going to leave it there. Actually, we might take it. Do we? I don't remember.
Did we see a Zero bracelet in the other walkthrough? In the other playthrough, I mean?
Did not.
We did not. Oh, didn't I see one at some point then?
You dreamt that.
The corpse of the man in the room. Okay. So, Zero.
Worst TV show ever.
Yeah.
This game is just so jumbled up in my brain right now.
Grim humor. Okay, it's grim humor. It's not like humor.
Wait, he snorted with grim... He laughed at the dead guy?
Again. for the second time since he'd come into the room. How do you snort with grim humor? Usually you snort with real humor.
Derisive snort.
No, that doesn't sound very grim. I'm sorry. I can't make it sound grim. It sounds ridiculous. No. That's your evil villain laugh.
Yeah, that's a child abductor noise. That's the one you just made. That was terrifying. Don't do that again, please.
So now we're talking about Zero. Important plot line here. Clover doesn't think it's him. Oh, because she thinks Zero is one of the 9 people. But now that we actually have a 10th person confirmed, do we have to change the name of the game?
Do we get an extra hour?
No.
No.
And actually, it was confirmed that there was another person, the guy who blew up in Snake's place during the last playthrough.
That's right.
And I think we might even confirm the existence of a third person.
He's still so obsessed with the idea that this is comedic.
I think you are trying to make fun of them, J-Dog. Oh, great. Now he's trying to be smart. They knew that I wouldn't think that it's true.
So clearly I can't drink from the cup in front of me.
Yeah. Because I know they think that. I know that they think that it's not.
Okay, true, false. Princess Bride book is better than the movie.
Ooh, I would say true, but I read the book before I saw the movie, and I was a kid, so yeah, I don't know if that counts.
I was the reverse. Saw the movie when I was a kid, read the book in my adult years, and I thought the book was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But the book didn't have Andre the Giant, so it's a bit of a wash.
Yeah, I mean the movie's really good too.
Yeah. So we're picking up the bracelet now.
No, they're talking about it.
Junpei's trying to come up with a better joke still.
Don't quit your J-Dob. J-Dob? Wow. I think I need more caffeine.
Tongue twister.
It wasn't even a tongue twister.
Don't quit your day job, J-Dog.
It's just my South Jersey mouth.
The title of the third post for these videos is going to be J-Dob.
Okay, back to the point, finally.
Yes, who
killed this guy?
Okay, obviously it was Zero. Can we move on now?
Who is this guy?
He's a dead person that Zero just put there. Come on, let's go.
No, but seriously, Zero just...
It doesn't matter.
Kills a random person and leaves them on the ship on the off chance that people would go through this room?
Yes, that's exactly something he would do.
Oh, okay.
Junpei's busy recreating the crime scene.
Meanwhile,
this is his only chance to play detective.
6 hours ago.
He wants to be a detective. Let's give him this moment. I know if I run into a murder mystery, I will totally play detective and try to take charge. And then I'd solve it in 10 minutes because I've seen all the murder mysteries. Too much Nancy Drew.
Oh, Michael, you shouldn't listen to the next podcast. We kind of knocked the Nancy Drew Kickstarter a bit.
Oh well.
Yeah.
In any case, the next Nancy Drew video game is going to star murder, so that's interesting. Usually they try to keep it G-rated, which means no murder.
One of the Hardys is going down.
Oh, man, recap. Do you really want to take the bracelet?
Take the bracelet!
Out dead? What? I guess I really didn't think about it until just now. If his bracelet's off, that means he's dead.
Well, yeah, the axe in his back means he's dead.
The fact that he hasn't breathed for the half hour you've been in this room.
Hey, guys, he might be dead.
He looks a lot better than the other dead bodies we've seen, though.
That's true.
He's not exploded, so Junpei thinks he's still alive.
I know it's kind of a messed up thing to say, but he kind of has it better, you know? Oh, this is great. This is a great plot moment. J-Dog being completely insensitive right here.
Oh, yeah, good.
His sister's right there,
yeah.
Junpei.
It's actually going to be a plot point right here.
Oh.
This was a plot point in the other
I was gonna say, we had this realization before. But
the other playthrough, yeah. There are bones in the dead body's arm, and Snake has a fake arm. So Clover is going to realize right here that the dead body is not really her brother.
Yeah, so the day is saved because Junpei is a moron and was vividly describing his corpse to his sister.
Oh.
Yes, that's exactly it.
J-Dog should have won Best New Character in the Game Cola Awards. If he was nominated.
Clover is way more interesting than J-Dog. I'm just throwing that out there.
So I believe we mentioned the alternate ending if you go through this door last. If we don't mention this to Clover, if we don't mention, you know, the fact that the dead body is not really her brother, she becomes an axe murderer or a hatchet murderer. She takes the axe and just starts killing everybody. And it's one of the bad endings to the game. So it's kind of disturbing that this is the way to prevent her from becoming an axe murderer.
It's kind of disturbing that she's that close on the precipice that one small dialogue change. Like I don't think that's what makes her an axe murderer. I think it's the fact that she knows, or she thinks that someone there killed her brother and she doesn't know who.
Yeah.
Either way, I do not want to hang around with this person.
Well, no. I mean, come on. She's emotionally overrun at this moment because now she knows her brother isn't dead. And I don't think she's going to explain it to J-Dog either. He doesn't understand what's going on.
Wait, so does J-Dog actually know about the fake arm at this point in the game?
Nope.
He does not.
Not in this playthrough.
Okay. Aww.
Thank you for telling me how his corpse looked.
The picture, which probably inspires a lot of bad fan fiction.
Hey, maybe the next Game Cola crossover fan fiction can be us and 999. Oh man, us playing our own nonnery game. Oh, that would be great.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, Diana, are you listening? Diana.
Paul wants to be Lotus.
I think that's it.
No, we all also have to be ponies.
There is a 999 Ponies video, believe it or not, but it's not very long.
So Diana.
No, I was actually thinking a crossover between those two would work because My Little Pony is, whatever you call it, character-driven, just like this game. So, you know, it's interesting because we have interesting characters. And if we swap, like, one or two of the characters, it would drastically change the game and would be very interesting to see.
So if you could swap any characters in this game with a pony, who would it be?
I wasn't thinking Pony. I was thinking if we could swap Ace with Indiana Jones, it would completely change. Or maybe not Indiana Jones, but...
what would be our all-star 999 team?
You guys will see this 3 videos from now when we go through the Q&A with the game's producer, but he actually does that with Star Wars characters.
Really?
He does. He's here is if I would replace the 999 cast with Star Wars characters.
Santa, Han Solo, 7, Chewbacca.
Actually, the 9th man, believe it or not, is Darth Vader.
What? Come on, the 9th man is clearly Boba Fett. He dies really quickly without doing anything.
No. The 9th man is that one TIE pilot who freaks out and crashes into Vader's ship during the first trench run.
You guys really know a lot about this movie, which I haven't really seen.
Wait, no.
Wait, you haven't seen Star Wars?
I saw it like a long, long time ago.
I gotta say it again, you are a terrible nerd.
I'm sorry. I know.
You don't do any of the nerdy fun stuff.
Yeah, the same thing happens whenever anybody talks about Doctor Who. I'm like, I don't know that.
Oh, well, I haven't seen that either, so.
Oh, cool. I'm not a horrible nerd then.
I watched a couple episodes of one of the newer seasons, but that's about it.
Okay, so here it is. The 999 characters to Star Wars characters. He says Ace is the Emperor, Snake is Obi-Wan,
What?
Santa is Han Solo, Clover is R2-D2, J-Dog is Luke,
Yeah.
June is Leia,
Ew.
7 is Chewie, like you said, Lotus C-3PO, and Ninth Man Darth Vader.
Wait, hold on. Junpei is Luke.
Yeah.
June is Leia?
Yep.
Someone hasn't seen Empire yet.
Yeah, they totally kiss in Empire. It's great. Of course, she's only doing that to make Han Solo mad.
You were close, Michael. I believe they kiss in A New Hope.
See, I can pretend that I actually know things about these movies, but I actually read.
Do you know why it's strange that they kissed?
Yes.
Do you?
You're related?
Brother and sister.
Oh.
But wait, let's get back to the fact that that Zero is somehow not Darth Vader.
Oh, for a second, I thought you were going to say, hey, let's get back to the game.
No, come on. Come on now. Pony Pros don't do that.
No. No, Zero was not on the list of characters.
Oh, hey, it's C-3PO. What, because they both have gold on them?
Look, I'm not responsible for what this Japanese person
Or does this guy
said.
just have very disturbing fantasies about C-3PO?
How do you not have disturbing fantasies? No.
Okay, now we should get back to the game.
I think we figured out what we have to do. We just have to make things super awkward, and then Paul resumes paying attention to the game. So what happened 9 years ago? Do you remember this, Paul, from the previous playthrough?
There was another nonary game, and Ace was in it.
Yep. So it was actually a telepathic experiment, and I think we're going to learn more about it here. 9 kids were going through the nonary game in Nevada. 9 kids were doing it on the boat. And they were doing it at the same time so they could use psychic powers to communicate with each other.
Oh.
Yeah, somehow this is the point where the plot gets really weird.
Yeah, so they were testing the telepathic powers of the children. Because as we learned earlier from the previous playthrough where we had that stupid dialogue about the rats in the water with Santa, danger somehow makes telepathy work better.
That's just science.
It's not just any old danger, it's life or death danger, because that makes telepathy work.
Didn't it work that way in the Tomorrow People? Anyone?
No idea what we went for.
Okay, Nickelodeon show. Actually, I think it was a Nickelodeon remake of another show, but anyway.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Or maybe it doesn't. Figure it out, it's just a remake of What's My Line.
Is it really?
Yes. It's a game where they have celebrities answer yes or no questions.
I was trying to think of the name of that, because that's the other thing that Laurie Beth Denberg did.
What's My Line? Yeah. The way I know that is because they did a parody of it in 101 Dalmatians. If you guys remember that, but apparently you don't, so I'll stop talking. Ace is here, coming in at the wrong moment again. Yeah, just when she's about to talk about stuff.
Don't go in a room alone with him.
You have to imagine what Ace has been doing the whole time in the other room, just waiting for them to stop talking.
He didn't want to be rude.
But, like in the she doesn't want to talk in front of Ace. But, I mean, in previous times, what happens is somebody bursts into the room and says, "What are you guys doing? You've been talking for like 10 minutes. Come on. Just move on." But here, Ace is just like, "Oh, hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I wander in at a bad time?" So here's the other room. This is the room with the Morse code stuff. And notice Ace doesn't finish the conversation, right?
Yo, why did we come in here?
It's a chair, Junpei. I wanted to show you the chair.
People and their furniture, man.
Doesn't this chair look nice? What did you want, Ace?
This is me trying to find jokes, because apparently Ace tells horrible jokes. So hence, like the chairman pun. But I didn't find any funny jokes.
Set the clock to the same time as the wristwatch, pocket watch thing.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
I mean, I mentioned this in a previous video, but apparently people who played this game a lot got the dialogue conversation where Ace just says, "It's a light." I suppose that means it's not heavy. And a lot of people mention that, and by a lot of people I mean like 3, mentioned that in their reviews of the game. They mentioned that specific joke. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So that's sort of why I was playing around with things there and trying to get Ace to talk
so hard to find the joke. Yeah.
Trying so hard to find the one joke which is supposed to be hilarious. And I failed on that puzzle. Ink plus paper does not equal writing on paper.
Did other websites like this game at all? Did it get good reviews?
It has a sequel coming out, so it must have gotten somewhat decent reviews. It must have sold somewhat well.
True. And yet we still can't get Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton.
That's because they're still working on it.
Yeah. They still haven't said they're actually bringing it here, though.
Yeah, well, maybe they think it's a given, or maybe they just don't care.
Last I heard, they said they weren't doing it. I guess that was a long time ago at this point.
Well, last we heard it was coming out this year, and I think we're pretty sure that's not going to happen now. They're not on top of things like AskSys Games, which is the company that made this game. All right, so we got a cylinder.
So
you know right now. We're getting some sort of secret message.
Okay.
Oh, Morse code.
Oh.
Okay.
I bet I know what you're supposed to do with that. Tap it out on the Morse code thing.
Paul, see, this is why you need to be in this game.
Because my first grade puzzle solving skills would be of such use.
Yes.
Yeah. Michael, when are we doing the blind playthrough of Professor Layton? Well, blind for me anyway.
No, you guys gotta do fish files first.
Oh no.
No.
Only if you're there.
Oh yeah, sure, I'll show up.
Oh no.
Well, I'm not showing up. I hate that.
All right, I guess it'll just be me and you. Are they just doing this automatically, or are you pushing buttons?
I think it's doing it automatically. It is doing it automatically.
Does anyone know what this message is spelling out?
No, I don't read Morse code. It's probably 0. It's a 4-letter word, and I can't think of any other 4-letter words which are relevant to this situation.
Maybe it's 9.
That would have been the first letter and the third letter repeating.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it's June.
Maybe it's J-Dog, just without the hyphen. And the other 2 G's. Yeah.
Yeah. It can't be June because they would have had to known ahead of time that she would have picked that as her code name.
Yeah, true.
What is in this file? Oh my gosh, everybody, it's covered with hieroglyphics.
No, they're just strange tiny drawings of birds.
They're hieroglyphics for the Egyptian princess that was frozen. Remember her?
Yes. She was frozen with magic ice or something. Oh.
So apparently J-Dog cannot read Egyptian hieroglyphics.
It's actually in English. He just can't read.
Oh, okay. Oh, and we found another key card. I don't think we're actually going to use it for anything, but I guess it's nice we have it. Three words on the card. Bottom deck library. Okay, we're going to use it. This is for the library.
Wow, that's handy.
Which we'll see in like 1 or 2 videos.
Are the cards usually that well labeled?
No, they're not.
Oh, hey, what's this?
So the Egyptian princess is behind the forest
why is
of
that
knowledge.
Abraham Lincoln here?
Doesn't he have vampires to slay?
Did anyone see that movie?
I did not.
Oh.
I wanted to.
For some reason I couldn't get.
Whenever I see movies, I fall asleep, so I did not see that one. So, J-Dog has just figured out this puzzle, believe it or not.
I don't
the puzzle
believe it.
that he has to use the key card on the door that it says use on.
No, the puzzle where Alice, All Ice, the magical Egyptian princess who is still alive even though she's thousands of years old, she is hidden in an area behind the library.
Okay, and we're going to resurrect her?
We're basically just going to, open her coffin.
And then what?
I don't know. She's still going to be
Does she have
frozen.
like a bracelet we can use or something?
No. She's still going to be
Is there
frozen.
like a door under her? Like, what's the point? What are we doing?
We're going to use her as a battering ram, Paul.
I guess. Because she's frozen with Ice 9, and that doesn't melt unless it's like 100 degrees outside. So that's how she's been frozen forever.
Fire.
Cell's live system. Oh my gosh, they're still talking about things. This is where they're trying to legitimize the fake science that they're using in this game.
They spend way too much time doing that.
It's like, okay, we realize your science is bogus. Just go on.
So just say it's magic. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but basically my explanation is the explanation anybody needs to know. It's magic ice that doesn't melt unless it's 100 degrees outside. And she was frozen with this ice, so she's been cryogenically frozen for like 500 years, 5,000 years.
I don't know. I have trouble accepting that magic exists in this universe.
Oh, okay.
I need fact. So it's not magic ice, it's special ice.
It's Ice 9, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's cryogenically frozen. We want to unfreeze her. And we won't be able to communicate with her because nobody speaks her language, but we can give her the book in ancient Egyptian and maybe she can translate.
Wait, that's actually a good plan. for J-Dog, that's not bad.
No, but I doubt she speaks English, so we'll just give her the book and she'll say what it is in Egyptian again. Like, that doesn't help us any.
Oh, man.
Maybe somebody has a Rosetta Stone handy and she can translate to Latin.
And then 12 hours later. Oh, there you go. 96 degrees.
Okay, so it's not 100 degrees.
Close.
Fine. Close enough.
It's almost how hot it is in here.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Ace is saying that is a legitimate scientific concept if you want to cryogenically freeze somebody for, a long space journey.
Of course.
Well, if that says something's true, I've got to believe it.
That's all theoretical, though. We've never sent anybody on like a 100-year space journey and had to freeze them for it.
No one's volunteered for that yet.
Well, none that the government has told us about.
Well, it wouldn't bother them. I mean, it would seem like 2 minutes to them because they'd be frozen the whole time.
Yeah, but in the meantime, everyone they've ever known will have died.
And also, there's no certainty it's going to work if they're the first test subject.
Yeah, you'd think they would start with try to freeze somebody for, say, how about 5 years? Oh, no, all the conspiracy theorists say that the government has been capable of, cryogenically freezing people since the 60s. I think it's just because they want Walt Disney to be brought back to life so we can have, like, Lady and the Tramp 3.
Oh.
We had Lady and the Tramp 2. So,
yeah. I was so sad when I was at a garage sale the other day and they were selling a VHS tape of Pocahontas 2.
Oh.
Like, why is that a thing that happened?
Paul smashed the tape and got arrested.
No, they were charging $2 for it. I wasn't even going to go anywhere near that.
Yeah.
Monsters.
Does anyone still have VHS, like, what are those things called? Tape decks?
A VCR.
VCR, there we go.
Yeah, we have one. It's plugged into our super old TV.
Why do you have those?
Because we still have like 8 VHS tapes. I have to be able to play them somehow.
Are any of them Disney movies?
Return of Jafar.
Wait, really? You got Aladdin 2, and then you frowned Pocahontas 2.
Aladdin 2 was great. There's nothing wrong.
And then you just automatically assume Pocahontas 2 is not great?
Well, no, obviously, cause, I mean, Aladdin 2 has a lot going for it. First of all, they got rid of Robin Williams, so that's a big check mark in its favor.
Ouch. But Pocahontas 2 has a lot going in its favor. It's the one that's, actually historically accurate.
Is it really?
They cared more about historical accuracy in the video. I haven't actually seen it, but, I mean, that's the thing they brag about.
Well, the worst one is Up to What's Up. I'm really offended by that.
Really? That sounds like the sort of movie I might stay awake for.
Okay, so we're puzzle solving.
Yeah, after we finally...
Oh, we got the thing to put in the thing, like I said to do.
Yeah, we finally got the key.
The key? I thought we were, like, an actual key? Aren't we pushing buttons?
So this is a really difficult
we
puzzle.
We spell out the thing that we tapped out in Morse code.
Yes, but we have to do it with numbers rather than letters, which means we're going to have to use our good friend, whatever you call it.
Hexadecimal.
The notes screen?
Hexadecimal, that's it, yeah. So we're going to have to spell out the word 0 in hexadecimal.
Wait, how do we know that it's 0?
Here are the rules here. So 11 is B, 12 is C, so on. So you have to do that in order to figure out how to spell Z-E-R-O. What are the numbers which correspond with Z-E-R-O?
But when did we figure out it was 0? I thought you just
This is honestly one of the puzzles where I think you just need a walkthrough to tell you what to do.
That's what we're here for.
But I imagine if you play the game yourself and you fail a couple of times, it will basically tell you, hey, maybe I should spell 0. Hey, animation.
Wow. I don't see that animation too often. Or that one.
Yeah, usually we just see the lazy animation of the person's mouth open and closing.
The artists woke up for this part.
That was their entire animation budget now. Everything else is stick figures.
Yeah, when we see the Egyptian princess, she's just going to be a stick figure.
They had to pay for the fancy You Found It CGI there. Can't wait to see that in 3D.
Well, as we mentioned, I think a different company did the the puzzles and the other stuff. Yeah, so 2 different companies. So maybe the other company did the CGI. So we still have a lot of things which are happening here, believe it or not. So remember where the other group went, Paul?
They went in the other door.
Great.
Yes.
Yeah, they went into the door with the big engine room, and do you remember the very dangerous object which they found?
Oh, did they find the gun?
Yep.
Oh. Well, at least this guy doesn't have it.
Yeah. So, we sent the other group through the room with the gun. The loaded gun. So who was there? It's Santa, June, Lotus, and Seven.
All people I reasonably trust at this point.
And Clover is nowhere to be seen.
She better not be going back for that axe.
She is kind of going back to take something off of the dead body.
The bracelet?
Actually, you're right. I think you're right.
Yes! sorry if I hurt anyone's ears by screaming just then.
Yeah, so she has the bracelets there, or bracelet, and a piece of paper. Looks like she's got something in both of her pockets.
Yeah, it does. Did she get the other bracelet too?
Bad animation. Yeah, it's the note and the bracelet. So this was a note in the previous playthrough. You know, the right is left, right is left, right is left, something like that.
Of course.
It was the clue for how to open the lock on the door, and open the lock on the coffin, which contains Snake. A note. J-Dog was curious, but there was something else that bothered him. Her pocket had been bulging far more than it would from just a note. J-Dog did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover.
What else could she have possibly gone for?
Smart thing to do. Oh well, let's meet our friends who may or may not
they were going to be in the hospital room again.
Yeah, I think they're going to meet up in the hospital room. Oh, wait. No, they're not. The gang's all here. And I don't think we're going to bother telling them that Snake is still alive.
We're going to tell them about the dead captain we found?
Don't think so. It's on a need-to-know basis.
Are they going to tell us about the gun?
No, they're not going to tell us about the gun.
Guys, this is not teamwork.
It's teamwork with the people that you're on a team with.
They're all in one team. There's no competition here.
Have to be honest, I think it's only Team Clover right now. That's the only person on J-Dog's team.
Not June?
No. I mean, just for this video, because he's excluding Ace from their little group. But I think Clover left the team by keeping secrets with the things in her pockets.
Poor J-Dog.
Maybe she just found like a wad of cash and she doesn't want to share. It could be something entirely innocent.
She found the captain's wallet.
Mm-hmm. This plot point. I'm surprised they're even rehashing it here. Because we're going to resolve the problem of not getting everybody through the number 9 door, because there are 2 number 9 doors. Uh-oh, 90 minutes.
90 minutes left, wow.
And I'm just going to check. Let me see, we have 2 whole videos left. Those videos are 3 hours and 24 minutes. The next 2 videos
well,
combined.
Obviously, you took much longer to solve the puzzles than the characters themselves actually did.
No. This is why it's my theory that as soon as they go through the number 9 doors, time stops. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Well, after that's the whole thing. They're just trying to get through the 9 doors, right? Isn't that when the timer is supposed to stop, or no?
The timer is technically supposed to stop as soon as they get off the ship.
Well, Zero's just giving them, he's being nice.
He's just messing with them. Yeah, he's being nice at this point.
We already know he's a big jokester, that dead guy earlier.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Worst joke ever. See, I'm sort of surprised that our heroes don't do something stupid like, hey, let's explore the final door that we haven't gone through yet, now that we have time.
Well, what if there's important items there they need, though?
I know. I was thinking somebody would mention that, but no.
But I guess they don't have time, and they just have to hope there isn't.
And then they go through the door and get stuck. You think they would have mentioned that there were 2 number 9 doors. You think they could have mentioned that? And all this time it takes for them to get to the doors.
Oh, wait, do they know that there's 2 9 doors at this point?
They do.
They do. Oh.
They have not bothered to tell these guys. Okay, so those 3 go through one door, and everybody else goes through the other. Or wait, what? Oh. June's happy because Santa wouldn't let Lotus and Seven abandon her.
Why would they? What purpose would that serve?
It's the number 9 door, so they can get through. But, you know...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Santa's... Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, actually, maybe they should have just gone for it.
It's uncharacteristically nice of Santa.
Maybe there's something going on between those two.
I think it's because he wouldn't have gone through the door. Oh, wait, he would have gone through it. Never mind. Oh, they were considering it. Seriously, okay. Actually, we're going to find out more, I think, in just a bit about Santa's hidden motive for not leaving her behind.
Their brother and sister.
Paul, let's not be ridiculous. They are actually lovers. And Clover is their daughter.
And Snake is their son?
Snake is not their son, believe it or not. They're not actually related, Clover and Snake. That's why they look nothing alike. And Grandma Lotus. And this is all just in a huge practical joke to play on J-Dog.
J-Dog's the only one who's not in this family.
Well, and Seven.
Wacky Cousin 7?
I was thinking more wacky next door neighbor.
Yeah, I could see that. He's like Kimmy Gibbler in this scenario.
I have to be honest, you know, I don't really go by and visit my neighbors and say wacky things all that often.
I don't even know that many of my neighbors.
Well, always on the TV show you have a wacky next door neighbor. Or at least the wacky friend. I mean, Boy Meets World, Mr. Feeney.
Oh, he's not wacky though. He's the wise next door neighbor. He's like Wilson from Home Improvement.
I thought Wilson was supposed to be the wacky guy that we never see.
Oh, he's so wise. He always gives the great advice at the halfway point of every episode.
Yes, well, this is something which we should not be talking about, but sitcoms have sort of changed. The wacky role has sort of shifted to the parents in modern-day sitcoms. So, you know, in older shows, the parents would always be the voice of reason. But, I mean, on more modern shows, the parents are always wacky, and maybe the kids are more reasonable.
So they have this kind of anti-parent agenda?
Yes, apparently. Well, I mean, I've got to imagine Home Improvement, Tim Allen was the wacky guy, right? Because he's Tim Allen.
So what's going on in the game?
They are just figuring out that we have 2 number 9 doors.
And we're all about to go out and leave, and that's it.
Yep.
The final 2 videos are just black screen.
Oh, God, please don't make us do commentary on them. Oh. Actually, I guess that would make that a podcast, wouldn't it?
It'd be just as relevant as the other videos.
Well, no, we would read through all the questions and answers written by the person.
That's true. Then we'll do a bonus video answering questions from the fans as well.
Yeah. So they're thinking that there might be some hint in this room which opens up the coffin.
Forget the coffin, go in the door!
But none of them know that Snake is inside the coffin.
Just go in the 9 door!
Snake is inside the coffin, so it's worthwhile saving him.
But they don't know that, so just go!
I know.
So angry at these people.
Paul, they have 45 minutes. As soon as they get through the door, they're safe. So, I mean, it's like, hey, we have 35 minutes. Let's at least try to solve the final puzzle. Wait. Hold on a second. We've got a problem here.
What's wrong?
The numbers don't add up.
But she has an extra bracelet. Won't that help?
I don't think she's actually going to tell anybody about this. Nice of her.
Yeah, maybe it won't help that much.
Well, it's a 0 bracelet,
Yeah.
so 0 plus anything isn't really going to change.
Well, it just means that, like, they could have 3 people instead of 2 if they had 2 people that equaled 9 with their digital root.
Mm-hmm.
They could add her to the group, and then they could all escape instead of none of them escaping.
Spent a lot of time in this video, like, compiling different math equations.
We've only done it twice, and she's saying that 3 people have to be left behind no matter what. Unless they use that extra bracelet, just like Paul said. That would be smart. And now
But instead, we're going to try to open up the casket instead.
I'm starting to think that maybe she didn't take the bracelet, because she should probably mention that.
What would she have had then? It couldn't have just been the note.
Like I said, she took a bunch of money off of the dead body. So we're examining the room. Very weird room. I mean, the pews are not facing the altar, so everybody who's sitting in the chairs have their back to the coffin. It's like, really? What's the point of that? They're all looking at the door that our heroes came through.
Well, nobody wants to see a dead person.
The architect just put all the chairs in backwards. It's like, let's not look at anything interesting. Let's look at the door you came through.
Put them in backwards. Oops, sorry.
So J-Dog was thinking for a moment that maybe this coffin belongs to the princess. So guess what Seven's doing here, Paul?
Oh, is he going to volunteer to stay back?
He is going to sacrifice himself.
Oh.
He volunteers as tribute.
Oh man, I got to get the DVD of that. That just came out.
The DVD of what?
Hunger Games. Was that a Hunger Games reference?
That was a Hunger Games.
Okay, good. There's no way you like Hunger Games.
Okay, fine.
No, sorry, I meant Nikola. I don't. That doesn't seem like a Nikola thing to me.
I didn't think it was terrible.
Yeah? Oh, the book or the movie, or both?
The movie was pretty terrible.
I thought the movie was pretty good, but I also liked the book as well. Did we talk about this already? We did, didn't we?
I don't think we did. I don't know about the Hunger Games.
Oh.
But yes, they can split up and leave 7 behind. Notice how I always change I always get people back to the game if you're talking about something I don't know.
No, it's okay. I was doing that to you earlier.
But if you're getting off topic about, Nickelodeon shows, then I'm like, oh, hey, let's talk about that.
Hey, did you hear about Mark Summers got in a bad car accident?
Who?
Host of Double Dare.
Host of Summer? Was he married to Summer Sanders?
I don't think so. Double Dare, and what would you do?
Like 3 versions of Double Dare. I couldn't keep track of them all. Family Double Dare, Double Dare.
Did all of them.
Oh, okay.
I think, unless there was like a newer one, which is not impossible, I guess.
Well, this is interesting here. Lotus is sort of saying, are you stupid? Why is she so against 7 volunteering himself? Because as we saw previously, when Ace said, hey guys, I'll stay behind, she's like, oh great, that sounds fantastic.
Oh, she must like 7 then.
They secretly like each other.
You guys, you have to leave someone behind.
There are no other options, seriously.
What are you guys doing?
Wait, I know the option. They could use that extra bracelet.
Well, there is another option, but as far as they know, there isn't.
Okay, well...
I mean, I'm all for saving everyone if it's possible, but if it's not possible...
Well, how do you make that decision? Well, 7 made the decision for them by volunteering.
There you go.
So...
It's not like they had to vote and say, oh, we're leaving behind this person that we like the least.
So, Santa. Okay, time for plot twist for everybody. Santa, who has not been seen in quite some time.
No, does he have the 9 bracelet?
I'm not going to spoil anything. It's going to take like 2 minutes before the plot twist.
Oh, 2 minutes. We can talk more about home improvement in the meantime.
Someone has a 9 bracelet. he wants to leave 7 here with more than one person.
Oh.
That's really mean, actually. So he wants multiple people to be left behind.
There's no need for this. What are you doing?
He can't leave just one person. He needs 2 more. What are you talking about? Okay, he's leaving behind 3 people.
He must have some kind of plan. He's 0.
I'm being silent because I know about this plot twist.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, let's just let Paul figure this out.
Well, I already figured out he's 0.
No, he's actually a dance master.
Oh, hey.
Yep,
This
that's
looks,
the plot twist here.
surprisingly similar to something in the end of the last playthrough.
Yeah.
June is such a victim.
Well, no, it was Lotus who got kidnapped in the end
that's
of the...
right. I'm sorry. That's right.
But it still seems mildly sexist that it's always the girls that get held captive.
But who else is Santa going to grab that couldn't get away from him? He weighs the same as them.
It's pretty hilarious to see him try to do it to 7.
Yeah, but no, I mean, think about it. Like, in the first video, the 9th man held Clover captive.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right.
And then Ace held Lotus captive, and now Santa's holding June captive.
So wait, what is he trying to do? What is his plan? Does he have another bracelet and he's just... But is this the best way to do that, if he has another bracelet?
No.
That's a terrible plan. Just say, hey, I got this other bracelet.
J-Dog 7 and whatever you call it, Snake are the only ones who have not held anybody captive or been held captive.
Like, was this video going to end before we figure out what happens?
No, it's going to end after he goes through the door, so we're going to figure out what Santa's plan is.
Okay.
He's going to go through a door with June and somebody else, I believe. Well, it has to be somebody else. You need at least 3 people to go through a door.
Unless he has the 9 bracelet.
No, he couldn't have the 9 bracelet. I guess he technically could, but he went through the other door with us.
Right.
On the first pathway. So he went through the door, not the one that the 9-man person went through. Now here's my question, and this is way too late, but why do they call him the 9th man? Because there aren't 9 men. We have some women in the group.
It would have just confused things if they called him the 7th man who has the 9 bracelet.
He's technically the 6th man, isn't he?
Sorry, yeah.
Well, we could count 0 as one of the men.
We just call him the exploded man. Still haven't seen a pony of him, by the way.
You know, I'm worried about the pony artist.
No, I think I saw that she updated her blog recently.
We're really going to go into this conversation. We have a standoff at gunpoint, and Santa apparently shoots the floor. I wonder why, actually. You'd think he would shoot somebody in the leg or something.
Aww.
You know, if he's just firing a shot just to show that he means business, and apparently he's leaving 7 behind, so you think he would just shoot 7.
He shouldn't be wasting bullets, also.
Yeah.
It's probably like the one bullet he had.
Yeah, everything from here on out is just a big bluff.
Jeez, language. Don't look.
I can't watch
What
this
is he
game anymore.
doing? Never thought Santa Claus would do this.
He's not Santa Claus. He's Santa
His
something
name.
else. Yeah, he picked the name Santa because San is 3 in
because
Japanese.
he's actually Santa Claus.
Yeah. Santa Claus was much edgier in his early years.
He's clearly an elf gone bad, or Santa's evil twin.
Santa's son, maybe.
I don't think Santa had any children.
Or, I mean, it could be like, in the movie The Santa Claus, he is the new Santa Claus. He killed Tim Allen.
With a revolver.
Yes.
I'd watch that movie.
I really wouldn't watch that movie, gotta be honest.
I
don't want to see the Santa Claus 4.
Oh, I would love to see the Santa Claus 4.
But the Santa Claus 3 was so bad,
No,
even though they got in what's space to save it.
Yeah. It's a great trilogy. American classic.
It's great. And actually, I feel kind of bad because the next upcoming DreamWorks movie is going to be sort of similar to the second one. The second Santa Claus movie. Because I visited DreamWorks recently. So it's basically the same sort of thing as the second Santa Claus movie, where we have Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, the Sandman, Jack Frost, and stuff. Can you guys hear me, or am I just babbling to myself? You have no comment to
I'm
say.
trying to figure out what's going on in this game for once.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I believe I started that particular diversion.
Well, nothing's going to happen. You're going to do exactly what Santa says.
I'm just waiting, riveted for something to happen.
So Ace and Lotus, Ace and Lotus are going to go through the door with Santa and June. Why is June almost crying? If I was her, I would be crying for real.
Why doesn't Clover go after him with the axe?
I don't think she has the axe.
She doesn't have the bracelet. She must have the axe.
No, I think she just has a lot of money, I've got to say. Or, what's going to happen is, J-Dog is going to just whip out the card and say, hey, you can't get through the library without this card, so I'll trade you the card for the gun.
And then he keeps June in a chokehold.
You think she could escape from that? If I was her, I might try to escape.
Oh, she would get shot in the head so fast.
I'm just saying, she could clearly elbow him in the crotch.
Well, she is in prime position.
I think that's just the way her arms work out, though. Maybe in real life that wouldn't happen. Or maybe she is short enough and he's tall enough.
I don't know if it's worth the risk.
What's your other option here? Let your potential boyfriend die?
Can't wait to see that in 3D either.
The doors opening? Well, the doors are going to open towards you in the 3D version. They're not going to open away from you like normal doors.
Oh, they could. The 3DS does really good stuff with depth perception like that.
Can it actually have something open backwards?
I think it has the stuff going inwards.
I have really never seen anything go away from you in the 3DS. Usually 3D, it's all popping out and in your face.
I feel like I have, but I could be mistaken.
No, I think that the 3DS does a pretty good job with stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I disagree respectfully.
We'll save that for the 3DS podcast.
Yeah, see my review of Super Mario 3D Land, where it's impossible to do some jumps in 3D mode. So, now our three heroes are stuck here on the other side of the number 9 door.
So what was his plan there? Why did he have to do that exactly? When
He's evil?
So what? Since when is he evil anyway?
He's always sort of a jerk.
No, I can't accept that. I'm sure there's more explanation than that.
Okay, well, if there is, and I know it, not saying I do, I'm not going to explain.
I appreciate that.
So our heroes cannot possibly get through this door unless they magically find Snake, who is trapped inside the coffin.
It's fun. This game is suddenly much more interesting when I haven't seen all the text like 4 times. Weird how that works.
Is June safe?
Are you positive you beat this game, Paul?
I don't think I got this. I didn't get this to this part. Well, I beat the game. I got the stabbing in the back ending.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
Well, I think I got a different ending too. I didn't get this one though.
Yeah, so what do you want to do? What can he do? Okay, Clover, we're about to die here. Time for us to... Wait, she could use the hatchet on the coffin.
Or the door. That was just a wooden door.
Yeah, really, really.
Like, you guys can probably kick that one down.
Yeah, the one time he doesn't try to run into it.
Yeah. The one time... Why was there a close-up of the bullet hole in the floor, which is still
important to the puzzle that's coming up, I guess.
What kind of bullet was that? Like, he hit something. There's a fire.
Wait, they didn't think about opening it earlier? I thought they had a line of dialogue about it.
You're gonna find the Egyptian princess in here, right?
No, Snake is inside there. Remember?
Snake, what could possibly be the Egyptian princess?
He does not look like a pretty Egyptian princess. And all the reports we've heard about the Egyptian princess is that she is majorly good looking.
Are we sure that none of the people in our party are the Egyptian princess?
I'm relatively sure. I don't know. I'm sort of creeped out about the fact that people were talking about this frozen Egyptian princess was good looking. She's been dead for 5,000 years.
Not
Why
dead,
is
just
that
frozen.
the one comment you make about her?
She's still alive, isn't that the point?
Okay, well, she's still alive, but still.
I mean, it's like a Sleeping Beauty kind of thing, just on a much longer scale.
So here's my question about Sleeping Beauty. Why didn't her hair grow?
Didn't it?
It did not.
Wait, how long was she asleep for?
Allegedly 100 years.
Oh, really?
They changed it for the movie.
I was gonna say that's
like 2 days in the movie,
yeah,
but in the actual book, in the actual fairy tale, it's like it's like 100 years or so.
Well, I guess the magical spell prevented all growth. And I mean, it prevented aging, so I think it makes sense that it would prevent hair growth.
Because allegedly there's this huge forest which grows up around the kingdom.
Well, I mean, it prevented her aging, though. I mean, she wasn't like 115.
Aging inside. Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Yeah.
The world blinked.
I think it's what?
This is where it gets really, really ridiculous. You'll love it.
Oh boy. Oh, cool.
Here's that poem I mentioned. Truth had gone, truth had gone, truth had gone. It's the poem on the piece of paper that Clover got. Now, in the
someone's using their magical telepathy skills.
Yeah. So in the previous playthrough, we used the poem to open up the coffin, but here J-Dog is getting a telepathic message about the poem, telling him to open the coffin.
Who is he getting it from? Zero? Santa?
Clearly, no, he's getting it from himself in the previous place.
From an alternate universe.
You laugh, but that's actually it's supposed to be happening.
That is relatively
Wait, what?
What's happening.
I'm sorry, what?
It's very, very close. But I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to tell the truth. So they purposely don't let you know here. And if you got it wrong, accidentally, the person who's sending the telepathic message yells at you in such a way that you can't determine that person's identity. So it's just like mysterious voice. No, try again. I don't know why I didn't include that. That was actually rather humorous. Anyway, in any case, the telepathic message about the poem which Clover has in her pocket, you'd think she would just pull out the poem and we would solve the problem again that way, but no, we need a telepathic message. It helps us open the coffin to save Snake.
I mean the princess.
And that's it for this video. It's going to open, and then that will be the end.
Oh.
So stay tuned next time. This has been Michael.
This has been Paulie Pie.
This has been Nikola, just Nikola. That is a nice looking robe.